targeted payment. After all, it's more than running. The moment it happens.
Is that my scalp I see?
Magic Retouch by L'Oréal Paris for fuller looking hair.
Let's see when you get back. Hello again. Hello. Just called to say hello.
Hello.
I couldn't sleep at all tonight.
And I know it's late.
I couldn't wait. Hello, my friend. Hello. Just called to let you know. I think about you every night.
When I'm here alone, and you're there at home. Hello. Maybe it's been crazy, and maybe I'm to blame. But I put my heart above my head. We've been through it all, and you love me just the same. When you're not there, I just need to hear. Hello, my friend, hello. It's good to meet you so. It's good to love you like I do.
Oh, don't start. Good morning. Morning. How's it going? Come on, tablet, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. Oh, man. Come on, will you fuck's sake, load? Morning. How's it going? Oh, you slept last night like a baby. Yeah. You know when you release certain chemicals into your body, You wake up in a good mood, you know. What a fight. What a fucking fight that was last night. I got it wrong. You know, I didn't see it going 12 rounds, that fight. No fucking way, mate. Tell you. That's why it's nearly fucking dead. Hola. Good morning. I gave up on dreams years ago, bro. Jerry, that's probably one of the best fights I've ever witnessed in my life. Sunday.
Hello again. Hello.
Look what time it is.
Just
It's not even
cause.
10:30. And I was like, you know,
Hello.
bollocks to it, I'm having one.
I couldn't sleep at all
Tonight, I went to sleep. We were in balls deep. Hello, my friend. Hello. Just called to let you know. I think about you every night.
When I'm here alone and you're there at home.
Jerry. Last night, when you're seeing Hey Machiavelli, when you're seeing Chris Eubank's dad getting out of the car, man, the whole entire stadium went mental. You know, like I said, it's going to be one hell of a rematch. Can you see Eubank fighting Canelo? Maybe it's been crazy,
and maybe I'm to blame. But I put my heart above my head.
We've been through it all.
You love me just the same. When you're not there, I just need.
I'm going fishing with the kids and that in a bit.
Hello, my friend. Hello.
I need to start doing things that I enjoy, you know.
It's good to me.
Like I said, I didn't see that coming last night. I didn't think it'd go 12 rounds.
It's good
To love you like I do.
and to feel this way. when I hear you say hello.
Let's put out.
Hello, my friend, hello.
I'd like to shout out to all the people in Dublin that went to that march yesterday. Fair play to you. You know, you didn't show us up. You know, we weren't all over Sky News. You know, I'm really glad it was a peaceful protest. You know, because all this would have taken is a couple, light a little fire here or there, and the whole crowd would go whoop. You know, and I could just see a green army of tricolours, you know, but it's like, you have the right to protest 7 days a week if you want. But that shit can wear you out. You know, I'm glad I got the fuck out of there, mate. You know, don't get me wrong, sometimes I envy some of my old pals that still are at home. But Ireland's not my home. You know, hasn't been since I'm 18. Well, I come back at 19. Went to jail till 21. Yeah, so say 21. I left Ireland forever. I knew once I come here I wasn't going back. Not because I couldn't, because I don't want to. And if I do, who do I go see first? And I'm not talking about people who are alive. I'm talking about me mates. Which one do I go see? I can't go see them all. And in all fairness, I haven't got the strength to go to 20 different graves. Just don't have the strength in me anymore, you know. They wanted to be the man, so God dealt with them. See, God sees things before we see it. And he does things, he puts things in place to prevent things happening. But you wouldn't believe that. You see, when you've been that close to death on a few times, have you ever had a 9mm Beretta put to your head? I have. In Ireland and in England. Well, I didn't have a Beretta put. I had something else pointed at me, much powerful. But I turned me back on all that, you know. It's like, once you walk away from that life, you don't walk back. Like I said last night, I was praying for Chris Eubanks Sr. to turn up. I was praying, I was thinking, imagine him watching it on TV and, you know, regretting that he wasn't there, and the two of them turned up. And I said to my brother, before the fight started, I said, bro, wouldn't it be amazing if Chris Eubank Jr. walked out to his dad's music, right? And Conor Ben walked out to his dad's music. And what happened? When Chris Eubank was coming out, we just heard. But hang on, I have to reminisce, hang on. Like, I'm watching it like all yous yesterday. Jerry, I'm going fishing today, and I believe in myself that I mightn't catch anything, but anyway, let's rewind. Chris Eubanks coming out. Up on Tottenham Hotspur. Him and his dad walking out together. Side by side. Sui generis. One of a kind. That's Latin. Sui generis.
You come to me.
His father hugging him and saying, "Go on, Junior."
Everything I need.
This is for familia.
Give me a lifetime promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what
I'll
it
be honest with you.
is.
I respect him.
It can't be wrong. Take the heart and make it strong. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Walking out with his daddy.
Better than anyone.
Sometimes you have to put your differences aside when your children grow up. You know, I have kids that are young. I have a 1-year-old son. I have a 31-year-old son. You know, Junior thinks he knows everything. And once your son thinks he knows everything, you can't teach him anything else. You know. How are you, Emma? Well, Emma, I needed it, you know. Life goes on, bro. Life goes on.
Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, I guess we know the score. On and on, does anybody?
Sometimes I look like a homeless Santa Claus, you know. It's like, yeah. But I'm gonna get my son's haircut the exact same. But I tell you what, last night, in all fairness, I found a new respect for Chris Eubank. I didn't think he'd give Conor Brennan any credit. He said, you brought this out in me. You know, like you made me put in a performance like that. You know, he said he didn't think he had that in him. He didn't think he didn't think Conor Brennan had it in him. You know, but it's like last night, man, I was watching it on True Geordie's channel, the Pain Game, because I don't have Sky Sports, right? And I'm telling you one thing, man. Like I said, that has to be one of the best fights in British boxing history. That one was probably better than the Daddy's first one. First two, in fact. You know, like, I mean, Chris Eubank's chin is granite. I don't know how Conor Benn was hitting him with nasty, mean shots with bad intentions. You know, but he got the job done convincingly. You know, it's like anyone that knows anything about boxing that has scored in that fight, the way it was scored last night. You know, I'd Conor Benn winning 5 rounds. You know, going into the 11th, that's what I thought. Like I said, it's crazy. You can steal rounds at the end, you know, fight to the bell. But I tell you one thing, what a fucking fight. You know, I was trying to explain to me missus last night, listen, I should be in the pub watching this with the boys. I should be on a table now going crazy, you know. Like I said, I'll be honest with you. I respect him as a fighter. You bet your bollocks I do. As a person, I don't. I think he's too arrogant. But who am I to judge? You know, I wasn't raised in private school. In fact, I got fucked out of school, both of them in the same year when I was 13. I assaulted one of my teachers and I tried to assault another one. So I got expelled. You can't put your hands on teachers. My friends will tell you that. You know, like that's one of my regrets in life. That I give me teachers an awful time, and what I didn't realise was they were only there to help me grow. You know, and I fucking attacked them and all. You know, like that is not parliamentary procedure. Do you understand? There's a little fucking prick. And I needed beating. Like, if my dad hadn't given me the beating that I did, I'd ended up being a fucking serial killer or something with it, killing people. But my dad gave me discipline, you know. You murder someone, fuck the jail. Here, I'll sleep a life sentence. How about that? Or I'll try. But the knowing that I won't get into heaven, I'd end my life there and then. Now, I'll be honest with you, I bashed a fella many, many years ago, and he ended up in hospital with tubes and shit, and he had children, but he asked for it, you know, like he insulted me, and then he spit at me. Now, you may as well stick a needle in me than spit in my face. And he was sorry he did it. And so was his fucking jawbone. But it's like, over the years I've learned to control my aggression. You see, there's loads of men on YouTube that tell you how hard they are and how tough they are and they're fighting men now. I'm none of them three. I'm not a tough man, a hard man, or a fighting man. I'm just a man that can fight. You know, like I said, I'd stand in front of you. I'm 51 in August. And me, I'm quicker than I was when I was 21. Especially with me right foot. You see, I learned how to kick from a champion. Me brother learned how to fight from being around champions. Me little brother has a nickname. He's called Bulldog for a reason. But like I said, it's like I know loads of people with nicknames who are bowsies. If they need to be. Like I said, see me and my brothers, mate. We're all law-abiding citizens, regular guys. Except for three of us have severe mental health illness. One has schizophrenia, psychopath, sorry. You know, but like I said, he's got schizophrenia and Mark has bipolar. And I've got psychosis, complex PTSD, and survivor's guilt. There's something in me that won't quit again. You see, I tried to quit before. Now, you might call it the easy way, but the truth be told, there's a lot of lost people out there that are trying to find their way home. And they keep going past it by about that much. I'll put it another way. It's like being in space and being told that you have to go forward about 200 bursts, okay? And you put in 220 and you miscalculate and you go past your target and you're home, being hurt. It's like I've had a week to think about what I want and what I don't want in my life anymore. Once I hit my target, what I'll start doing is then I'll fuck YouTube off, and the people that's on my team who have StreamYard, I'll jump on their channels 3 times a week for an hour. Whether it be Finn's channel, Mousie's channel, it doesn't fucking matter as long as they're Irish. If the truth be told, I grew this channel out of anger because someone stole me other channel and I was mad and there was nothing I could do about it. And I was trying to track this prick, but Foxy, do you not think I don't know you use NordVPN? Hey, listen to me. Remember when I met you, I knew nothing about computers or viruses or malware or hardware or spyware, cunt face. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to end me live. Now, before my channel stolen, what I didn't realise was, you know your IP address? You wouldn't be able to get mine, Foxy, this time because I also use NordVPN. You know, you learned me. You also lit a fire underneath me. And I went from 600 and odd subs in 4 years to 3,780 odd in 2 years. That's what you call growth. You see, someone takes something from you, you have to get it back. Otherwise, you'll regret it. You know. And I got my channel back 7 times. But it's not enough. I'll tell you one thing, you know, a lot of channels on YouTube, they buy subs. Jerry, and hey, Andrew. Jerry, what do you think about people buying subs rather than earning them? Well, I'll tell you one thing, bro. I don't get involved with people like that. You know, once someone fucks you over once on YouTube, they'll do it again. You know, 'cause they think they're secure in their little house and shit, but you make mistakes. You know, I couldn't give a flying fuck, me. I don't hide my face. So if I insult you, I could be walking down the road and you'd say to me, "Here, dickhead. Now what? I'm stood in front of you." I'd say, "Now what? You're getting served. I'm gonna iron you fucking out, mate." You see, I'm not a tough man or a hard man nor a fighting man. I'm just a man that can fight. I used to be a coach, for fuck's sake. I had no ambition when I was younger. I'd no interest in being a champion. I just wanted to learn how to fight and how to defend myself, and I achieved that. You know, you don't need to be a tough man, a hard man, or a fighting man to fight. Half of my mates have said I used to be a gangster, I used to be this, I used to be that. You know what that is? That's ego. And there's no ego here, amigo. Your ego will get you into trouble. So you need to leave it at the door when you come into my channel. Listen, I've been to prison for selling drugs, carrying guns. Fact. Does that make me a tough guy? It makes me a fucking clown. who was insecure. You see, I don't need my mates, I'll go on my own. It's that Ballyfermor mentality, you see. I don't give a flying fuck who your family is, because you know what? I've got a family too. That I don't ask for fuck all. Do you understand? But it's handy if you need someone to knock on someone's door. But that wouldn't be law abiding. That wouldn't be a Christian thing to do. Like, I'm God fearing. You know, I'm a big fan of God and forgiveness. You know, everybody needs to be forgiven and given another chance and another chance and another chance if need be. You know, the only person that's going to judge us is him when we're dead. Just before you go to the Garden of Gethsemane, yeah. Where's get the golf clubs? Do you know what? I keep imagining heaven, like when I get there, all my mates are going to be sat there waiting for me. Fuck's sake, bro, you took your time. I'm here now. Come on, we go have a game of golf, and we'll have a game of dawn after that. You know, I remember playing dawn with my mates as a kid, and you can't play it in this country. You know, I've not played this game for fucking over 2 decades or more. You know, I've looked online and I can't even find an app. Hey, you're on. What a fight, Ron. What a treat we were given last night. But you know something? Seeing Chris Eubanks Sr. getting out of that fucking car with his son, bro, I was like, no. You know, me heart, I was like, thank you. Lisa will tell you, I was like, thank you, boxing gods. I really mean that. Yeah, St. Junior. Where's it gone? Oh, stop messing with it. Right, now, let me get this out of the way. Jerry, I'm going fishing today, bro. Guys, do me a favour, will you go over and give our Jerry a sub? And give Mr. Ron a sub as well, if you don't mind. I'm going fishing. Yeah, I'm going fishing. You never know, I might catch something. You know, like I said, I had a bit of a meltdown. About 8 days ago, I come on me live and I was at that fucking having an argument with me chick, and when she said to me, fuck off, will you just go? She meant in the other room. I thought she meant go as in go. Fuck off, go. So I got all my clothes together and I fucked off, and she's like, where are you? I said, you fucking told me to go. So I went. You know, don't tell me to go. You know, because I won't come back. I'm not a pigeon, I'm a crow. But fuck me principles. I had to put my principles aside, you know. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Finn, Lena, and Raymond and Max. Mousy. Like I said, I'd like to applaud the people of Ireland for yesterday, for being on your best behaviour. Well fucking done. Not, I'll be honest with you. It's sad to see the way Ireland's gone. You know, like, I'm not lying. It's like when I was 21, I was at a being in and out of youth offenders, right? I'll tell you this, right? I've been to Patrick's and I've been to Mountjoy, right? And I did a lot of bad things when I was younger. I mean, I grew up, it's like I ended up having a son when I was 19 and I couldn't get a job and I had to sell, I didn't have to sell drugs. I chose to sell drugs. And at the time I was living in Manor Street and I was a junkie bastard. You know, I was a heroin addict and it's like when I come back I couldn't get a job. And I did try, believe me, but I can't lie on my application form. You can if you want, but I'm not lying to myself. You know, I'm not going to say, have you a criminal record? Yes. You're not getting the job. You know, so I'd £800 and I went and seen an old friend and I bought £800 worth of gear. I sold it. I doubled me money. I quadrupled me money. I bought myself an ounce. Then that's how I went, you know, but I was independent. But a few people run me out of fucking town, like, you know what I mean? Out of Joseph Mansions, out of fucking Summer Hill, out of Sheriff Street. And it's crazy. Yesterday, I bumped into an old friend from town, one of the hutches, you know. He's like, all right, Joe. It was like, what's the fucking story? I was with me missus and me kids. You know, he said, bro, I mentioned it yesterday. This geezer, right? Now, don't ask me how he's related, right? Same name. Hey, Pablo. It's going fantastic. Yeah, don't fucking start. You're meant to be on my side. And if you're not sub to Pablo's channel, can you do it? Pablo's grassing on me already. Pablo, did you go to March? Did you attend it? Well, we're working on it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, my mental health has be all over the place and it's like everybody expects you to be solid. Like, Pablo, look, I never come on YouTube and said I was a tough man, a hard man, or a fighting man. You know, when I was on the cesspit, I didn't come on and tell you one thing about my whole life. PD did that. He said, yeah, nobody had known shit about my past, because I wouldn't have bringing her up. But someone always recognised you. But Pablo, it's what's that word? It's like, you know, just as well as telling the truth. You know, because I name my channel STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER, because that's where I'm from, and everybody knows me there. And my family, of course. But education's the way forward. And some of my family don't get it. Some of my family, no names, just haven't worked a day in your fucking life, yeah. And here, Your ma's gaff was fucking manky. Do you hear me? The smell of piss out of our house. No names. Yeah, you know where me, Mark, and Alex are if you need us, yeah? Anytime, I will light you up, cousin. Yeah, so if you're in me live, your mother is a cunt. Now do something about it. You know where I live. You're not invited. And if you turn up, yeah, we'll see what happens. Sorry, Trevor. You know, Pablo, my cousin's at Mass right now. You know, my cousin that comes into life, Trevor. And he's praying for me right now. I can feel it. He goes to Mass every weekend. And I'm not just saying this like he's a fucking good man. He's a better man than I am. You know, a decent man. He's never brought shame on his family, my cousin. Most of them didn't. Yeah. He told me a story. Now, this fella told me he had a fight with his dad. His dad ended up dying from his injuries. He went on his toes to England, and then his sister hung herself. If we're talking about the right person, because I know he's telling me the truth. You know, because I remember him. You know, years ago we weren't friends, but we become friends because two of us got off to England because we fucked up. Doesn't matter whether you're a Hutch or a McDonald. If you fuck up, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. You know, and Pablo, do you know what? Like I said, a lot of my mates, I'm not judging them, but they still are involved in that whole life. Like, I'd be honest with you, Pablo, you know, if my mammy was alive, okay, Pablo, I'm gonna say this to you, right? I'll ask you a question, yeah, and a yes or no answer will do, because I have to go. Your name is Pablo Escobar. You're making a shitload of money. Look what you did, Pablo. It's all your fault. You've ruined the world. You introduced cocaine to the world. Guys, yeah, see him. See that cunt there? It's all his fault. I blame him for Colombia. You've got a lot of blood in your hands as well, Pablo. You know, shout out to the Don. A real Don in this house. Pablo, help, help. Guys, I have to go. Guys, I'm going.